All right, welcome back. All right, I just want to make this clear once again. A lot of people seem to think that this is so literal that there's going to be literal locusts that fly up out of a hole in the ground. It's not like that. It's all symbol. Now, these symbols do translate into physical events, but that is the elites that are doing this. They're taking the spiritual prophecy of which God fulfills. And in Revelation 17:17 says that he's put it into their heart to fulfill his will. Now they take care of the physical version. All right. Now they don't even understand that they're still working for the will of the Father. All right. They don't even understand that. They don't understand that scripture. They don't understand how that works. But nonetheless, it's still symbols. So there's not going to be aliens actually flying up out of some large hole in the ground. I told you that that hole symbolizes the influences of hell. Okay, now once again, hell is symbolic of the inner earth where these beings were cast to in the biblical narrative. So the smoke that rises up is the influence and the manipulation that covers our world. Now the Bible talks about it in many ways. Once again, symbol. It's called a web, for instance, if you will, and darkness and smoke. So they're basically all talking about the same thing. All right. So just understand that just like in the Garden of Eden, it wasn't an actual talking serpent of which sought to deceive and tempt Eve, nor was it an actual apple. Once again, those are symbols, and I've showed you what is behind those symbols. So don't think so literal here. We have to think in symbol, and then in symbol gives us the details and the information in which we can understand further. So now you know that the power that these locusts are going to have is going to be focused on those people that do not have belief in God. Those are the people that they're going to be able to manipulate and control. And it says that they're going to be tormented for 5 months. Now remember, I told you that the Antichrist does not come out at the exact same time out of the bottomless pit in symbol with the locust. He comes out after. Okay, there's a duration of time in between when the locusts come up or emerge on the world scene and then when the Antichrist emerge. So for this is what they're doing for that time to prepare. They're tormenting these people that don't have a faith in God. And that's going to be once again with their doctrine, which is what we're describing here as that poison. Okay, and it's going to be that poison like what a scorpion does to striketh a man. So that is absolutely going to have everything to do with their doctrine, and it's going to be their message. It's not going to have anything to do with tanks. It's not going to have anything to do with that. Now, they are going to try to fulfill this in another way physically, because what I am giving to you here is the understanding of the spiritual, which is still well hidden behind all these symbols. So they're going to try to bring in a physical understanding of this also, but trust my words, this is going to be their doctrine of the locusts that emerge out of the earth, which will be the doctrines of hell. Now here's my proof for that. Here's my proof. Okay, we're going to go all the way back to Job. All right, and I told you before that Job 41, I've said it in other videos, I've showed you, is heavy detail all the way from verses 1 through 36 about the Antichrist. It's about the Antichrist in the inner earth. It's about his emergence and everything. I want you to notice something here. Look at the phraseology about the Antichrist. It says, out of his mouth goeth burning lamps, and sparks of fire leap out. Out of his nostrils goeth smoke, as out of a seething pot or cauldron. His breath kindleth coals, a flame goeth out of his mouth. That's the exact same description of the locusts and what is coming out their mouth. Now remember, it says that they have a king over them. That's going to be Revelation 9:11. And it says that king is Apollyon the devil. Apollyon the devil is the Antichrist. This doctrine is directly related to the Antichrist. I'll be back.